Hi, my name's Jordanknowmoore, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips for getting started with film photography. Tip number 1. Start with an easy and inexpensive film camera to get started and learn what you like. Don't try to spend a bunch of money out the gate trying to get the best, coolest, shiniest camera. If you don't really know what you want, you'll be wasting money and wasting time. I say get an easy camera because the easier it is to get from your ideas to a finished product, the faster you grow and learn as an artist, and that positive feedback loop really helps you to continue getting better. When looking for a camera, things to look out for is ask if there's any fungus in the lens. You can usually see in photos, it's pretty obvious. It looks like haze in the edges of the barrel of the lens. You want to ask if the camera has been tested, if film has run through the camera and it works. You don't want to get a camera and have to repair it right away. It just makes no sense. So get a camera that's working. Ask if film has been run through the camera. Now, in terms of cameras, there are hundreds and hundreds of cameras to choose from, but I do recommend you start with something simple like a 35mm film camera. Something like a Canon AE1 program is a great recommendation. It has automatic functions, it has manual functions, it's easy to use, the viewfinder is really bright, everything you need to get started. Tip number 2, start with black and white. It sounds weird, but honestly, when I started in film school, they asked you to get a camera and to shoot black and white film. It helps you learn composition. It also is easier because you don't have to worry about a lot of factors. Black and white is weirdly forgiving, but also very hard. It's kind of like learning guitar on acoustic versus electric. Learning the basics is fundamental for photography. You want to learn the differences in light and shadow and composition. Once you have those figured out and you bring color into the mix, it becomes so much easier to make amazing, brilliant images. Tip number 3, use a light meter. Use the light meter in the camera. If there isn't a light meter that's working in the camera, download a free light meter app on your phone and learn how to use it. Light metering is the difference between a properly exposed image and an improperly exposed image, and you want proper exposure. When you get that film back that you spent your time, money, and effort on, you don't want it to be underexposed or overexposed. You don't want to have wasted your money and your time. Tip number 4, find a good lab for developing. Now, I use the darkroom.com, and I also use a local lab depending on how much of a hurry I'm in. But wherever you are in the United States and Canada, darkroom.com is a wonderful and affordable option. I would always recommend them, but I'll also provide some options in the description below. Tip number 5, and this isn't something you'll hear from most people, but give yourself a photo assignment. Give yourself something to do when you go out and take photos. A lot of people I know, they get started with film photography and they're so intimidated that they can never finish a roll. Well, it's not that hard to finish 36 shots when you have a goal in mind. It's really easy. Just come up with something. If you can't come up with an idea of your own, start with emulating some of your favorite photographers. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and if you really like an artist and you want to try and learn how they got to that finished image, try to emulate it yourself. But overall, if you're just getting started with photography, experiment with style. Just try different things. The more you try, the more you experiment, the better your art becomes and the more confident you become in yourself as an artist. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and hit the bell. And if you want to see my next video, check it out right here. Maybe here. I don't know. I forget where it goes.